is if you want to do it. I don't have the PowerPoint for everybody, but if you want to fill out as we go, it's just a little cheat sheet for you to bring home. You do not have to fill it out. You can, it's up to you. You can also just write notes on it. And if you have questions throughout, just write them down, that way you don't forget. And then at the end, if you want to ask a question, feel free. Okay, so I did my action. Okay, first, I have a little icebreaker activity. At first, I was going to have everyone do it, but I decided to just ask for a few volunteers. Would anyone like, hi girls, come on in. Hi. Got it? Okay. Good luck. Okay, I'm just going to escape out of this for a minute. And if I could just ask you guys to all be very quiet so we can try and pay attention.
We're going to play a game now with shapes and colors. When we're done, we'll all have formed a secret picture. Make sure you listen to my instructions or your picture won't look like it's supposed to. Are we doing art? No, Freddie. Art class was yesterday. Here we go. I'm only saying the directions once, so don't ask me to repeat them. Listen carefully. Ready? Everyone take the yellow triangle and put it on the yellow circle in the grid.
I don't have a yellow triangle.
Is that yours on the floor? Now find the green square. It belongs on the red square. Look at the blue triangle on the grid. Put the green circle on it. Which circle? Don't put the red square on the yellow triangle. But I already defined the blue triangle. Arthur and the green triangle on the red couldn't swim, and Mrs. Smith had to go in square, and I think our kids are going to get the yellow triangle. Arthur had to go to the nurse's office. Hey, everyone needs to settle down and pay attention, or no one's going to get this right. Who cares? Cover the green square with the red circle. Put the blue triangle on the spot below the green square you can see. Put the red triangle over the yellow shape. Put the yellow circle on the last empty space. Is everyone done? Flip your cards over.
Okay, you can stop. How'd you guys do?
I didn't have a blue triangle.
I didn't have a yellow circle or a green square.
No, I just have a...
On the paper.
How do you think that they did?
That's what it sounds like to an ADHD child.
Alrighty, let me pull this back up and we'll talk about it for a bit. Okay. You guys can go back to your seats. Let's give them a hand. Thank you for... Terrible, right? They flunked. They flunked that assignment, didn't they? Now, for you guys, how did you feel when you were doing the assignment?
You couldn't even understand what you were supposed to do.
I had no idea what was going on. Couldn't understand.
It's just, I felt helpless, like scrambling to try and figure it out and try and remember, and it's just chaos.
It was chaos. You're right. You were scrambling. Couldn't understand what the teacher was saying. Any other thoughts? It was pretty much impossible.
It was impossible.
It was impossible. Yes, it was impossible. The pieces were not right. Okay. Did the teacher really prepare her students for that activity? Goodness, no. So they didn't have the right pieces. There was way too much going on. For you particular students in that situation, did you have your needs met in that situation to be successful with that activity? No way. So yes, you are experiencing something that a student with attention issues may experience in a classroom. So even for a gymnastics class, there's what, maybe 6 to 10 other kids, even like 3 or 4 if you're talking about a preschooler. There's a ton going on. Like if you look out there right now, there is so much auditory stimulation going on. That is not even factoring in visual stimulation and tactile stimulation. So we have to keep that in mind. When we have a student in our class who is acting out, there's some things to consider. So that was just a little icebreaker activity, but thank you guys so much for helping me. Okay, and just real quick for the agenda, we'll go through the PowerPoint. We'll be talking about why kids do struggle in certain situations and what strategies we can put in place to help them. Proactive strategies as well as some reactive strategies if a student is in crisis. And when I say student, I know I'm saying that a lot because I'm a teacher, but you guys are all teachers too. So when I say student, I mean a kiddo at home, a kiddo in your gymnastics class, that sort of thing. Alrighty? Okay, you can move on to the next one. Okay. Why is struggling behaviors? First, let's call out some challenging behaviors you guys see in your gymnastics classes. You can just call them out.
Wandering children.
Wandering children, yes, yes.
Talking over the teacher.
Can't complete the task.
Talking over teacher. Can't complete the task, you said? Anything else?
Touching each other.
That's a big one. Especially in preschool. Touching other children. And I'm assuming one's touching and then the other one's screaming because he doesn't want to be touched. Is that happening? Okay. Touching other children. What else?
Random noises.
Random noises. Okay.
Grunts.
Random noises. I love it. Anything else? Probably as you're trying to explain something too. And then probably the other kids are reciprocating and doing the same thing. That's fun. Anything else?
Like physical outbursts, like pounding the floor and that kind of thing.
Zoning out.
Zoning out. I heard that one. Zoning out. Having to leave to go to the bathroom?
Or to hug mommy.
Or to hug mommy. So they're trying to escape your little, got it. We'll be talking a lot about that. So I'm just gonna put like escape your demand. So bathroom, going to say hi to mommy. That's a big one.
Big fears.
Okay. Like of new skills and things that you're trying to teach them? Okay, fears. Do any of you experience like crises with children in class? Like having to bring them in the lobby, they're having tantrums? Are you seeing anything like that?
Sometimes a little bit.
A little bit? Okay, like you're getting to that level at some point. Okay, good to know. Because we can talk about some de-escalation activities that you could possibly do. And it's different in a classroom versus a gymnastics class, you know, because in a classroom they're there for a longer period, they're not leaving, mommy's not in the lobby, so there's some different circumstances going on. But if they are in a crisis, we want to help them to cope and de-escalate in a more appropriate way, right? So there's some strategies we can teach them. Anything else? Is there a lot of like refusals? Like, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
That's a big one. I figured that was probably a big one. Refusals. Okay. Okay, we'll be talking about a lot of these. I just wanted to kind of get a feel of what you guys are kind of experiencing in your classes. Okay, we're going to talk next about why. Darcy, if you don't mind. The 4 functions of their behavior, okay? And the list, it shows what it does for me and when does it happen. That's like in the point of view of the child experiencing this, okay? So number 1, sensory, okay? What does it do for me? It provides preferred sensory experiences. The behavior feels good. When does it happen? Anytime. Especially when I'm anxious and when I'm alone. So if one of your students feels anxious, maybe if they're trying a new skill, ready to try something brand new or novel, they may be showing some behaviors that don't look normal, right? Secondly, escape. The child is trying to avoid or escape your demands. What does it do for me? It removes undesired activities or interactions. I don't want to do it. When does it happen? When task is too hard. Easy, boring, or scary. We forget about that sometimes. Sometimes kids are bored and they're going to act out. Third, attention. Oh goodness, they want attention. And especially young children want a lot of attention. And sometimes they're coming from places where they're not getting much attention. What if they live in a home with 5 other siblings? Are they getting much attention? They're going to be asking for it in gymnastics class if they're not getting it a lot where they're coming from. It provides access to people or interactions. And it happens when I want social interactions. I want your attention or my peers' attention. Okay? Tangibles, that's the 4th function. It provides preferred items or activities. So maybe your student wants the trampoline, wants to do the trampoline. He's not telling you he wants the trampoline, but he's surely acting out. Maybe throwing himself on the floor, hitting, making silly noises. Maybe he wants something. And it's when I want a preferred item or activity. Okay, so these are the 4 reasons why your students act out. So it's very important for us to try and understand why. Okay, and like I said, it's different in a classroom because we see that all, well, you guys do see them, I guess, for at least, what, 6 weeks at least? So it can be more, it's more difficult in a gymnastics, setting, But it's important for us to try to figure out what they're wanting. What are they trying to communicate? These are all ways of communication. They're trying to tell us something. Is there any questions about this?